moved away. My son,
sorry,
being recorded. Got it. My son moved to LA for 4 years when he went to UCLA, but they still live there. So before COVID, I used to go back probably 3 or 4 times a year.
Wow.
nice.
That's awesome.
But
I've
then
only been there
COVID
once.
happened and I couldn't go for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I've gone twice since we kind of got, I don't know if we're through COVID. I don't know what the hell we're doing. We're whatever.
We're in a weird half COVID, half not COVID period.
And now we have monkeypox. Get out. Get out. Like, who ordered this shit? What kind of Bible locust crap is this?
Well, we had murder hornets too for a while.
Oh yeah.
Murder hornets? I
Yeah.
remember that.
That was fun. I don't think anybody ever was affected by that though. And maybe it was a hoax. I don't
Not
know.
that I knew of.
I'll
No,
have to
but
look into
then
it a
I
little
don't know
more.
anybody with monkeypox either. But I yeah, it's just the second coming of plagues. It's fucking ridiculous.
Hell yeah. This is a good place to stop. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hypothetical Comedy. I am Funky Sam Medina.
And I'm Athena Rodriguez.
And we are here with super awesome Sacramento comedian Jacqui Pirl.
Woo.
What's up, Jacqui? How's life been?
Funky Sam Medina.
Hell yeah.
And Athena, I always wondered, I mean, you're married to the dude. Why your stage name is not Athena Medina?
Because of what you just said.
Just exactly
Athena
how it
Medina.
sounds.
Like,
She does have a joke where she says she doesn't want to go by Athena Medina because it sounds like a second grade substitute teacher.
it does. It does. Yeah, it's a good one. But sometimes I'm just walking through my house and some music will come on and I'm just like, Funky Athena Medina. And I'm just dancing in my living room.
Well, she's been Athena Rodriguez.
And then I always go, why? Why not? Good God, if I could be Tacky Jackie or like my real name or something, you know? I'd do it. I'd do it.
You probably could actually.
Yeah.
It's also she's been doing it with Rodriguez for so long, the comedy stuff and
I know, and
she
people
doesn't
know
want to
you and they know you.
rhyme. She doesn't want to rhyme.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are times when I just walk around and I go, Athena Medina, Athena Medina, Athena Medina. And then I laugh to myself. This is what I do. I have no life. You guys. I just walk around.
You just walk around your house naming people.
Yeah, just like cool names, people I miss, people I love. Athena Medina. Oh God.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of people that we miss and people we love, I always think about all the time that we got to spend with you, especially me, during the Savage Henry Comedy Festival last year.
Oh,
That was
God.
so much
Are you guys
fun.
going this year?
Not that I know of.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So we haven't heard yet or anything like that. So probably not.
But
But-
we just
Well, it's
appreciate
usually
being
like
invited last year.
October 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. It's usually like the second week in October.
Yeah. It was super fun. Somebody said it was like comedy summer camp, and it really
Oh,
was.
Yeah.
There's
It was.
so many
Now, like
comics.
we should have a yearbook for it, right? We should tell Chris, let's make a yearbook and we'll have everybody say, oh, hope you have a great winter. See you next year. Oh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Are you scheduled for that this year?
Well, okay, so this is kind of weird. I have never like applied to it. Have you?
No, there's no apply. It's invite. All that Chris just kind of like says, hey, you're in it.
Yeah. So I've done shows there, and then like 3 years ago, right before the pandemic. So 2019. He's like, you coming out? And I go, yeah, okay, I'm coming out. What the hell? Yeah, of course. But yeah. So I haven't heard anything about it yet either. I'm sure they're doing it this year.
That's a good sign then. If you haven't heard anything, then we haven't heard anything. So we're not too worried then.
No.
We'll see you there. We'll see you there then.
We'll see you there.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
You want me to come pick you up on my way there?
Yeah, that could work actually.
That'd be great.
Yeah, it was the best time of my life. That really was. It was so much fun.
It was so much fun. And it really was like one of those things you remember, like summer camp, like just
Love
everybody
it.
was in a great mood and we're kind of all out of our element, you know?
Yeah.
So we're trying to make new friends and wonderful.
And then we got
Wonderful.
to meet, out of you, probably not for you, but we got to meet Paula and Stephanie for the first time.
Stephanie,
That
yeah.
was
best.
so much fun because we've known them on Zoom for so long. We finally got to meet them in person.
Oh, that was the first time you'd met them.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, Stephanie, she's such a darling. She's so quirky and weird. I love her Broadway songs.
Yeah.
She's just such a bizarre human being. I adore her. But
Yeah, she is. She's great.
she had like a week off of work, and she goes, Jacqui, I've got a week off. I don't know what to do. I think I'm just going to take a bus to Sacramento and see you. And I'm like, yes. So she came. Like I picked her up at the bus station. She came here. She's such a small town girl, you know, and Sacramento was the big city. And I picked her up and we did podcasts. We did mics. I got her on a couple of shows. We went to Punchline. We went to Stab. I took her to the Bay. She got to meet a ton of people. And she was just like, oh my God, that's so awesome. And I'm like, yeah, this is a regular week in Sacramento. It's not Eureka.
That's awesome. That sounds like such a fun time.
And
We're gonna take a week off. We're gonna go take a week off and go meet you in Sacramento too.
Oh
Probably.
yeah.
It sounds like the best time ever.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Paula's. I know it was Paula. Remember when Paula did that Zoom thing and it was like a 24-hour?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's when I came home, had a few cocktails, looked at my clock and went, oh, I don't have to be on this till 2:30 a.m. It was like 11. And I'm like, I'll just sit here, write some jokes and have a few beers. You know, half the container of half the case of White Claw later, I forgot to put pants on.
Oh yeah.
And had no idea. I'm like, let me get up and grab something. And I had no idea until like 2 weeks later. And Sam's like, oh yeah, I saw that. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding? It was 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, well, you had stood up and then like I don't even think I noticed that you weren't wearing pants, but you and you like kind of like pulled your shirt down. And I think that's when everybody kind of noticed. I don't think anybody really noticed at first. You're like, you
just Winnie the Poohing it out here.
That's the trouble with Zoom is you don't have to wear pants, just don't stand up.
No, just don't stand up. God, you forgot the second rule.
I don't remember who it was.
Stand up.
It was somebody who I didn't know very well. He was on a Zoom comedy show. I was not there, but I heard the story. And he dropped his phone, and it like looked right up his shorts, like the camera, like it showed like everything.
Oh my God, that's so fun. You know, this has nothing to do with anything. Well, maybe it does. But the first time I ever saw a nutsack.
I'm glad you're here, Jacqui.
I was in, I think, 7th or 8th grade, and I just tried out for the track team. And I was actually pretty good. I was running long distance, and we trained every day. And the track kind of ran around, you know, like the inside of the track was all grass. And there was this guy, like in 7th or 8th grade, that I was so in love with. He was just the most adorable boy. His name was Chris Hain, and he was on the track team. And I remember I stopped because I was running around the track, and he was on track, and he was in the middle of the field, in the middle of the track, like stretching out, and he had like these little running shorts on, and all of a sudden, boom, a nutsack fell out. I'd never seen a nutsack in my life. And I was looking at it and I'm like, what the hell are in boys' pants? Like, what is that? And I just remember thinking, oh my God, that's what they mean by balls. Like they actually, and I was like, looking at it going, it's so wrinkly. Like it's so ugly.
I don't think
Like,
it's
why
that
are
wrinkly
people talking
yet.
about ball sacks? They're not very attractive.
Welcome back to Coming of Age with Jacqui Pirl. everybody.
Yes. The first time I saw him, it was really quite innocent, but I was horrified. I was just like, what? How do they walk around with these wrinkly, ugly things between? Oh,
So Jacqui, I don't even know where to go from there. Welcome back to the Nutsack Cast.
yes, Sam.
How are you? How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. It's a hot day here. It's like 106 in
Yeah,
Sacramento.
it's something like that around here too. It sucks.
It's horrible.
I know. We have to be in the house, everything closed up, AC on. At least we have
I
that,
went
I
to
guess.
the lake, not yesterday, day before, on Friday with Danny D.
Oh, how was that?
Oh my God. It was awesome. It was so nice. Her daughter came with us and we just like went in the lake and cooled off and hung out. And I have a big flamingo blow up floaty
That is so
that has
cool.
lights in it. It lights up,
Oh
like
my
in
goodness.
case I get lost in the middle. I don't know what the hell, like,
Look for the pink lights.
could happen. But yeah, we just floated around and hung out, and it was super chill and super fun. I love Danny.
That is awesome. Yeah, Danny's
We
incredible.
finally got to meet her in person.
Yeah, we got to hang out with her at a
Oh,
mic, too.
when?
Oh, come on, like a month or two ago at
Like,
Caps.
you hadn't met her in person before that?
No, we
No.
hadn't.
That's
Yeah.
insane to me.
Yeah, we met her at it was Caps Pizza in Stockton.
Mhm, mhm.
Her and Jesse.
Okay,
came-
yeah.
Her
Yeah.
and Jesse Rivera came out. And so we
She's
met
the
both of
one,
them.
Athena, that commissioned your drawing of me,
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Oh,
which
that's
is
incredible.
gorgeous. I still get people. I'm gonna make stickers out of that.
You should.
I'm so lame, and like, I don't know how to do merch, and I don't know how to, it just seems like a headache. But I'm gonna do that. That is the number one thing I want stickers out of.
Well, you let me know. I'll add your name onto it.
Oh, that's a good
okay.
idea. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then
See,
I
you're
could
thinking. I'm just like, I don't know. I'll print it on a piece of tape. I don't know what the fuck,
I'll send you some links too, so you can look at sticker pricing and things like that as well.
Yeah, because some have really good sales, and you could get like 50 stickers for less than $20.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I'm all over it. It's just like I go online sometimes and I have it in a little file that I'm going to upload when I get it made. And then I'm just
Oh.
like, I can't deal with this. This is 3:00 in the afternoon. I'm going to take a nap. I don't.
Right, and then the side corner, it's 3:00 in the morning. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah. It's like those are my times, 3 a.m. and 2 p.m. I'm
And
like,
either way,
both
you're
nap
tired.
times. What are you talking about?
So Jacqui, let's talk about comedy. How did you like get interested in
Yeah.
performing stand-up comedy?
Oh, okay. I'm a writer. I don't know if you know that, but if you go on
No.
Amazon, you can find some books I've published and shit. So
Wow.
yeah, I majored in journalism in college. I've always written, mostly I've written like, I wrote for the newspaper. Remember those?
Kind
know,
of, yes.
Yes. I had a monthly column in Hawaii Parenting Magazine. So
That's incredible.
I was a columnist. So I've been writing forever. And I also used to do a lot of PR and corporate writing. So sometimes I would find myself like writing speeches for corporate heads who then, you always try to throw a little bit of jokes in there.
Yeah.
Got a head of Coca-Cola Pacific and you just watch them on stage and you're like, that isn't how I wrote it. That sucked. What are you doing? You're butchering it. But I never thought I would produce comedy or actually, get up on stage and do it. I was married for 25 years, like I told you.
Mhm.
I divorced my husband. On stage, I say, he was prescribing himself an awful lot more Xanax, OxyContin, and strippers than I was comfortable with. And my son had just gotten into UCLA and I was paying out of state tuition, which I don't know if you know anything about, but it was $52,000 a year.
And then
right?
if you're in California, it's cheaper.
If 6 months living in
Oh,
went down to 12,000 a year because he was an in-state resident
Wow,
from
that's huge.
52 to 12.
Wow.
So when I left my husband, I just said, I'm moving to California. I need to help my son with tuition. I need to do it, even, and my original plan was to live here for, the 3 years he was left in college and then move back to Hawaii. And I literally I knew no one. My one of my best friends and college roommates, I went to the University of Hawaii. Her and her husband, she was born and raised in Hawaii, and I used to go to her family's house sometimes for Thanksgiving or Christmas or that kind of thing because I couldn't go back to Minnesota where my folks are. It was just too long for a long weekend. And her husband had moved to Rockland, which is a suburb.
Oh, wow.
About 10 years before I got divorced. And I said, I have to move to California. I don't know a single person in California. Like, I've never been to California. And she's like, move here. And her husband's in real estate. They set me up in an apartment. When I got off the damn plane, they walked me into an apartment. I had a vacuum cleaner, a set of pots. They had a TV set. I mean, this is like real friends.
Wonderful.
Like, that really is incredible.
It was nuts. So I sat in that apartment for literally 6 months and cried because I was so depressed. Like, it's not Hawaii. Where's the ocean? I was so depressed.
I mean, there's an ocean.
And
it's
my
not
mom
as nice.
called me and she said, you've got to watch this show. Have you ever heard of Frankie and Gracie and Frank?
Oh, we love that show.
You love that show? Oh my God. Okay, let me see if I can find this. How do I do this? I'm gonna change my background. I don't know how to do it. I can't do it. Background and effects. Here we go. Look at that.
Oh my God.
You know who that is?
Lily
Yeah,
Tomlin.
that's
yes,
Jacqui
that
and
is
Frankie.
Lily Tomlin.
Jacqui and Frankie.
Oh my, yeah, it's Jacqui. And Frankie.
That is wonderful.
Okay, so anyway, how do I get out of here? So anyway, my mom says you've got to watch the show. And okay, so you guys have watched it. So I'm not.
Oh, we've watched every episode.
First episode, the two ladies hate each other. And they sit down at the table, they're waiting for their husbands, they're trying to make small talk, but obviously hate each other. And then their husbands get in and turn to them respectively and be like, we're gay, we're divorcing you, too bad, so sad, right?
Yeah.
And I laughed so hard and I said, oh my God, my life does not suck that much. Like, it doesn't. So, and I've always loved comedy. So I realized there was a point to this. I remember the point. So I realized I have to go watch comedy. Like, it's the only way I'm going to get out of my shell and laugh. I have to go watch it. So I started going to, and fortunately in Sacramento, we have a lot. So I started going to Laughs Unlimited, Punchline. I started to buy tickets to all these shows. Anybody who was coming to town, Joe Coy, anybody. And I just loved it. And then I met Robert Barry, Johnny Taylor Jr., and Keith Lowell Jensen.
That's an incredible group of people.
Right? And they were like, you should do comedy. And I'm like, what? No. Oh, no. And they were like, no, you're funny. You should do comedy. So I started stalking open mics. I would go scope it out, but I would never get up. I'd just sit in the back. And then when I started comedy, literally, Athena, the only women doing it were Wendy Lewis, Asia May, and Regina, I think. Cheryl Anderson. Cheryl, the soccer mom.
Yeah, soccer mom.
Yeah. But that was literally it. So I used to sit in these stupid ass grungy bars and get hit on by 20-year-old comics who aren't even doing it anymore, you know?
Wow.
And I hated it. I hated feeling like a victim again. And finally, I got up on stage and said, fuck it, I'll tell my story. I'd rather have my story told through me than anybody else.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm not absolutely.
Hell yeah.
That makes
Sam's
sense.
like, God, do I want to ask her another question? That was a hell of a ride.
No, that was an incredible journey.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you more about your writing and stuff though, but a little bit further back, because you're from Minnesota originally, is that right? And
Oh yeah, sure, you betcha, don't you know? Yeah.
And
I
how do you?
spent my formative years in Minnesota. My folks
The real-
still live there.
The real Jacqui comes out.
Yeah. No, I moved to Hawaii when I was 18.
Oh, okay. Just because
I
it's
was
Hawaii, you
in
wanted
my
to go?
first semester at the University of Minnesota, and I found out I could do a national exchange program.
Wow.
National, like I signed up for I think like 3 or 4 different places. 3 of them were very, very sunshiny because Minnesota, what? Get the fuck out! I want to leave in the winter. One of them was Colorado because I love to ski. One of them was the University of Hawaii at Manoa. One of them was some university in Puerto Rico that I can't even remember the name of. And then I think I applied for one in Florida or Texas, somewhere there. And they sent me a letter and they were like, okay, you get to do an exchange to the University of Hawaii, which meant that, which meant my tuition that I paid to the University of Minnesota, everything exchanged. So for that semester, I had room, I had board, I had 3 meals a day, tuition was paid for. But the deal was I had to go that one semester and then come back to the University of Hawaii. And so I got to Hawaii, and within 2 weeks, I was like, I'm never leaving. I'm sorry, but you will have to come here and drag me out in a coffin because I'm never leaving. So I did that semester, and then I had to quit school for a year because otherwise I would be paying out-of-state tuition. Isn't that weird how this whole thing is like a big circle? Wow. So I quit school and this is 1985, 86, you guys. A bar in Waikiki. It was just like, the whole thing was just cocaine flooded. I mean, it was like, and I never did that. I've never done cocaine in my life, but I saw so much of it. I used to get like tipped in cocaine. I'm like, how the hell am I paying rent with this? My books with this.
You gotta sell it on the way home. You just gotta
No, I wouldn't. You know what? I've seen that drug working through the 80s ruin so many people's lives that I wouldn't even sell it or give away. I would just walk in the bathroom and flush it.
Wow.
I know. Somebody's gonna kill me when they hear this, but
I mean, that's kind of the only thing you can do, really. Yeah,
I
like
was
you said,
just
you've seen
like,
real
what
lives.
the fuck? Give me $100. I don't want $300 worth of cocaine. You're crazy.
Or someone gonna flush.
So yeah, I quit school for a year and worked because you can't gain residency while you're going to school unless your parents moved there. My parents were not moving to Hawaii. And then I went back to school and did my thing.
That's amazing.
That's incredible.
I know. And when I think about it, I'm like, wait a minute. You were 18. You knew no one in that state, and you just got up and moved to Hawaii. What?
And then you turned around and did it again in California.
I did it again at 52. I knew no one in California. I just go, yeah, we can start over again. What the hell? So that's the lesson there. You can start over anytime. Treat your girl right, Sam.
Hey, I don't want to start all over in Hawaii. I'm gonna see if that program is still available.
You probably should see it. I don't know. It's you know how they have an international exchange program. This is a national exchange program.
That's cool.
That is cool. I'm gonna see if anybody needs any national lazy people.
What a great way to, get around the country.
To see the world. And then, like, I mean, you're leaving Minnesota and you're going to Hawaii. That's like
Oh,
American dream.
I literally was there for, I think, 8 days, and I called my dad and I'm like, sell my motorcycle, sell my car, sell all my ski equipment, just send me the money. I'm never coming home. And he was like, what? Huh? But yeah, then once I kind of settled in there, my parents would come stay for a month and a half all the time.
Oh,
they'd be
yeah.
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 And my mom once told me, she's like, if you ever move from Hawaii, move to Paris. I haven't been there yet. And I'm like, oh.
At least you didn't say if you move from Hawaii, you're disowned.
No, but they quit paying tuition. They wouldn't, I got no help, which is why I worked a lot.
Yeah. You kind of have to. What about these books you wrote? What kind of books did you write?
Yeah.
So like I said, I mostly wrote like travel articles, parenting articles. I wrote a lot of articles. My books are really, they're a lot of educational stuff, a little bit of Hawaiian historical stuff. One of my best friends, her husband is the dean of Hawaiian studies at the University of Hawaii. So I'd always have him, anything I wrote that had anything to do with Hawaiian culture, because obviously I am white as hell. I would run through him and have him
That is so
make
cool.
his comments and give it an okay. But yeah, they're very boring. But I am working on 2 books right now. I kind of started during COVID.
Oh, wow.
That's interesting.
I know.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna ask
know. I
if
shouldn't
you
say that
still
out
writing.
loud because God knows if I'll ever finish.
Especially 2 at once. That's a big project.
Well, I kind of did that on purpose because one is really light and funny and fluffy and airy, and the other one's pretty serious.
Okay, so it's a good balance.
Yeah, and I kind of need to bounce back and forth. So one of them, my working title is Follow Me for Great Parenting Advice. And they're little, I don't want to call it a memoir because I'm too fucking young to have a memoir, but they're just little vignettes on raising kids. And, a lot of women feel like they have to have everything. They have to have a career and the perfect marriage, and their house has to be clean, and they have to raise 2 perfect kids with a white picket fence. And it's just so much pressure on women, I think.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so these are just little stories about how I fucked up my kids. But not in a chained them in the basement kind of thing.
That's so casual.
Not like you need therapy for life. But like my mother came to visit me one time. She's of course from Minnesota, don't you know? And she drank Miller Lite at the time. Okay, whatever. It's a Minnesota thing. At least it ain't old Milwaukee. But she would have these cans of Miller Lite. So she left anyway, and there was a bunch in the fridge, and we had a refrigerator out on the lanai, like a drink, juices,
that's
soda,
awesome.
beer, whatever. Yeah, out on the, I guess you guys call it patio, but anyway.
Yeah,
so I took
we do call it that.
I took all the beer out and put it in the lanai fridge, and then I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, pitch dark, making all 3 kids. I have 3 kids. Like, what is wrong with me? Nobody should have given me 3 kids. They would have let me adopt 3 kids, but they said, okay, go ahead, have them. So I'm out there in the morning packing lunches, and I grab 3 Aloha made iced teas. Because I give it to my kids, they usually get a little small milk, but once a week I'd give them an Aloha made iced tea, which is kind of like a sweet tea.
Yeah.
Exact same color, blue can as a Miller Lite.
Oh no.
I get a call from my 12-year-old at like 11:30. She's like, oh my God, mom, I'm in the bathroom. There's 0 tolerance policy. You packed me a beer. And in my head, I just went, bitch, just drink it and get rid of the evidence. Done it 12, like grow up. In reality, I went, oh my God, my kid's getting kicked out of school. Nobody's going to invite me to the PTA meeting. I grabbed an Aloha made iced tea, jumped in my minivan, which I had at the time, drove down to the school, and like it exchanged a beer for an Aloha made iced tea in the parking lot with my 12-year-old. So
Oh my gosh.
those are the kind of stories I want to write about, because I think women will read it and go, oh my God, I didn't fuck up my kid's life that bad. You know, like, you're the worst.
I don't know.
You gotta have
man.
you gotta have after stories too. Be like, yep, they did survive.
They did survive. Only one of them is in therapy. Woo!
Hey, 2 out of 3, not bad.
Right?
Okay.
No, it's really kind of funny shit. It's, there was another time. So, like, the tooth fairy,
Right.
No,
right?
personally.
Everybody knows the tooth fairy. What the hell is wrong with people that we created an entire generations of kids that believe there's some other being fairy that walks through walls and takes body parts and leaves money? Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have a liver fairy. We don't have a kidney fairy, tooth fairy. But so I bought into that really big, like hugely, like Santa Claus and Easter Bunny. And so whenever my kids started losing teeth, I bought this, like, went to a craft store like Joann's or Michael's that you have here. I think it was Cooley whole, I don't know, it was some little mom and pop thing. But anyway, I bought a little thing of glitter, like it was blue, like tealish glitter. And so they'd lose a tooth, they'd put it under their pillow, I'd grab the tooth and I'd sprinkle this little like teal fairy dust in there, and leave them money, so they knew the tooth fairy was there, right? My youngest daughter, she lost 4 teeth. 4 teeth in one long weekend. Like,
Wow.
Whoa.
I think she was in 2nd grade, but I mean, she just bonked they all went out. So she had, and I left them $2 a piece, which is way more than the penny or quarter or dime I got. But she went to school on that Tuesday after the long weekend, and she had $8, 4 teeth, and she brought that money with her, right? And you're not supposed to bring money to school. Everything's debit card. I mean, it's crazy. And
wow.
yes, it's insane. So I went to pick her up, and her teacher, who thankfully is a good friend of mine still to this day, she goes, Jacqui, come here. Sophie brought a lot of money to school today. And I go, oh yeah, she's killing it. All those teeth missing. She's got a whole $8. She's like, yeah, she brought it to school. You're not supposed to bring money to school. And I'm like, oh, well, I didn't know she brought it. And she's like, yeah, I didn't take it away from her. And I'm like, right on. Thank you. That would have killed her. She would have been so sad. I'm like, right on. And she goes, yeah, I didn't want to touch those bills. Why? She's like, well, let's just put it this way. The next time your kid loses a tooth and you and your husband come home from the strip club at 2 a.m., don't leave her the glitter bills. I've been cleaning up glitter from desks all fucking day. They thought they were stripper bills. She thought
Yeah.
in the school was stripper dollars.
Oh my god.
You can tell her it's fairy dust.
I was so embarrassed, Sam. I didn't even say anything. Like, to this day, I have never told her. Like, she just thinks I'm the cool go out to the strip club on a long weekend mom. I don't.
The pay for your teeth with stripper money.
Oh my gosh.
Barry.
That story from her is completely different.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh
So-
my gosh.
That's the one book I'm working on, because they're just stories like that women can read and go, oh my God, okay, I've done something dumb like that. My kids aren't going to therapy for having stripper bills in second grade, but and they live, but and then the other story, God, I wish now that I say this out loud, I actually have to finish these projects. Damn it. The first time I've really told anybody.
Oh, wow.
The second one is, so my mother-in-law, I know the mother-in-law trope. She was literally one of my favorite people I've ever met in my life. She was fucking amazing. I used to tell my ex, I married you to get her, so don't fuck up. She was born in 1916.
Wow.
Right? My husband wasn't born till 59.
Oh, dang.
So she was
I mean, I was born in 65. You know, that's a reasonable. She was born in 1916 in what now is Poland, used to be East Germany. But when you hear her say it, she'd say Prussia or Silesia. Look it up. Nobody's even ever heard of that anymore.
Oh, dang.
She'd say, no, with her crooked little finger in her German accent, when I was little in Silesia, don't you know? And I'm just like, what the hell? So 1916, her first memory as a child, this is probably late 1918 or 1919, was her mother throwing the baby buggy on a cattle barn, gathering all the kids. This is World War I, you guys. Wow. To get away from the Russian front, because the Russian army was coming in and they were burning places and raping women and killing children.
Goodness. Wow.
So yeah, she's quite amazing. She was just, I get goosebumps. But anyway, she, okay, I'm going to make a long story short, or a short story long, whatever it is I do. She lived through World War II. Her husband was a Nazi.
Oh my!
Like an actual, that's what you were when you lived in Germany. She had a Jewish woman living in the back closet area of her through World War II. The woman was going to get taken out. And she's like, no, that's my aunt. That's a relative. Frau Becker was her name. I actually met her like years ago.
And she protected her? Like she kept her safe?
She kept her safe.
Wow.
She had rations for her and her 2 kids. And that was it, which means like, you know, a half pound of butter a week or something. And she just like, well, okay, we're doing this. And she hid her the whole time. Just, she's an amazing fucking human being.
That is amazing.
When she was pregnant with my ex, so this is 1958, he was born in 59. She found out that her husband, oh God, I could tell you so much more. I'll write it in the book. I'll send you a copy. Her husband, same husband, you know, she hadn't had kids for 12, 13 years, 14 years, 17 years. Yeah, same mom, same dad. She got pregnant with my husband. And when she was pregnant with him, she found out that her husband, who's a Nazi, was fucking his 16-year-old secretary.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
yeah, he fun, right?
Gosh.
So
worse to worser, if that's possible. Jeez,
right?
Oh gosh.
That I never call him my father-in-law because I met him once in my life when we went to Germany. But anyway, so her oldest daughter, my husband's sister, was living in Chicago. She speaks 7 languages. She's just amazing, like literally. So she was working for the United Nations as an interpreter. She speaks German, Russian, English, Japanese, Italian. I can't even remember all of it. It's too much for me. My brain isn't even big enough to remember all the languages this bitch speaks. But anyway. So her husband, the lovely man that he was, said, why don't you get on a boat and go see Rosemary? And you can stay there for a year and I'll get this out of my system. and then you can come back in a year. Now, she'd never been anything but a housewife. That's what you did back then, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll get this little child out of my system, and then you can come back. So she did. She goes, okay. So she got on a boat. She had my husband. She went to Chicago for a year and lived with her daughter. And then when the year was up, she just got back on the boat and went back to Germany like she was going to live with her husband because they didn't know any better. Like, that was her whole life.
Yeah.
The boat was landing in Paris, and my father-in-law, the Nazi fucking pedophile, he met her in Paris with his girlfriend.
No.
And my mother-in-law goes, what is she doing here? And he goes, she's never seen Paris.
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
Right? She went home, got all of her shit, packed up my husband and everything she owned, and got back on a boat to America. She's like, oh, hell no. And she's crazy. Here's the hilarious thing. On the way to America, she met the boat captain. She's a very attractive woman. Even at she was almost 50, even at that age, she was and the boat captain was like, come sit at the captain tables. Come. Right. She got upgraded to a better place. I mean, she was riding third class, and she got upgraded. And she goes to me. So she started telling me these stories, and because I'm not like, I don't know, she just felt like she could tell me. So I started recording her. I have 19 hours of her voice on tape telling us.
Wow.
And the funniest thing is she would always go, turn off the recorder, Jacqui, and I tell you what really happened. And I'd turn off the recorder, and she goes, that was the first time on the boat, Captain, was the first.
Oh no. Oh wait, we lost you for a second. Oh, we still lost you.
Got me?
Yes.
We got you back, yeah.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, the suspense
She
is
goes, that
killing
was
me.
the first time in my life I've ever had an organism. I'm like, what?
You're like, do you have a parasite? Is that what you're saying?
First time I've ever had an organism was on that boat with that captain.
Wow.
So she moved to America. She cleaned houses she didn't even speak English, learned English at night.
Wow.
She babysat people. And then it was after the war. It was probably 1961, 62, something like that. And they had a real short of nurses. So she found this, it was like a 6-month program where she could go to school and become a nurse. She became a fucking neonatal nurse at 50.
Holy shit.
And she did that at Kaiser for 25 years in Hawaii. She was a neonatal nurse.
Fucking amazing.
She's amazing.
How inspirational.
Oh my God. Every time I look
Wow.
around and I go, my life sucks. I go, that bitch made it through way more than. So I'm trying to write her story as
Wow.
historical fiction.
That
I
would
can't wait to read
that's
that, man.
incredible that you're gonna write her, almost like you're writing her memoir.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so
that's
to balance
incredible.
that, I had to write stupid shit I did because.
What's crazy? What's absolutely crazy about that, Jacqui, is that lady came into your life and she did what you ended up doing twice. She left where she was from and she started all over.
I know. And I sometimes think I would not have the strength to do what I did without her. She was just amazing. She worked at Kaiser for 25 years as a neonatal nurse. When she found out I was pregnant, she quit her job so she could babysit my kids when I went back to work.
Wow.
I had a neonatal nurse who was their grandmother watching them 3 days
as their
a week.
nanny.
What
Like you get
amazing
what would
woman, man.
put a price tag on that? What would that cost?
Right? That kind of nurse.
That
wow.
is priceless.
Yeah, right. If you were paying for that, if she wasn't their grandmother and you were paying for that.
Oh my God, it'd be like $300 an hour. So it's insane. So I think her story deserves to be told.
Yeah.
wonderful.
I
So
agree.
I would like to do that.
That's beautiful. And then the kids
Now I
also
declared
got to
it. So now I have to do it or I'm a failure. Call me next month for me writing a story about how I failed to write my stories.
That's your next book too. Yeah.
I started
Failed writer.
book 5 times.
Wow, that's an incredible, amazing story. I never had any idea about any of that. That's wonderful.
That is. Oh my God.
You know what? That's an amazing book that you're working on, her story.
And I have 19 hours of her just talking, but the real funny part was she's talked about, during World War II, well, her brother's wife. So all the men are at war. There's nobody home in Germany, right? Like they're all on the Russian front. They're all in France. They're all in Poland. Like there's no men. It's women and children.
Wow.
And the Russian army came in. I think about this all the time, and took over her sister-in-law's farmhouse. And she had 3 daughters. They were like 12, 14, and 16. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. And she told, this is one of those turn off the recorder, I'll tell you what really happened. And she goes, so they came in and my sister-in-law said, hey guys, I'll cook for you. I'll clean for you. It's a fucking army. There's 14 men just walking into your house. Can you imagine that? You've got 3 young daughters. And she said that her sister-in-law told him, you can have your way with me. Just don't touch my daughters. I'll give you whatever you want. Just don't touch my daughters. And my mother-in-law actually said, can you believe it? These Russians, they were good gentlemen. They did not vape the daughters. They only vaped her.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
On what planet are those gentlemen? And I hear her stories and I'm just like, I can't fucking imagine.
Oh.
Well, I mean, the comparison to what could have happened, I guess, they're gentlemen.
Right? And then she goes, turn the recorder off. I don't like Russians. I think they raped daughters too. She just didn't want their name tarnished. And I'm like, oh, fuck. What a mess.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Like, we don't even, I don't know. It's crazy. I can't even imagine.
I can't even imagine either. That's what a wild life.
That is a wild
So
life.
Sam, would you like to ask me your third question after I
I don't know. How do we go? How do we go from World War I to how's the comedy scene in Sacramento?
Well, to make a long story longer, no. It's actually pretty good. I like I said, when I started here, there were only 3 women, and I feel so lucky I ended up in Sacramento because, I mean, me and Danny D and Asia and it's a good scene. It's a good scene.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to go out there and do some mics and hang out with you guys and stuff too.
Hell yeah. Hell yes.
I have an extra room in my house. You're welcome to stay here.
Oh, interesting.
That's so kind of you.
Sounds great. Yeah, that's amazing. Do you have any besides the books, I guess, because you have those and those are pretty big projects. Do you have any like big projects or anything that you're working on or anything that's coming up?
No, not really. I mean, I write when I'm not out doing comedy. I haven't been traveling quite as much for comedy because gas is
oh my god
dunkulous.
Yes.
Yeah. We haven't really been going anywhere lately. I'm working from home and we're just kind of staying on the home
right?
Yeah.
Right. Somebody hit me up in the Bay and they're like, hey, can you feature, 20 minutes, I'll pay $25. I'm like, dude, it's going to cost me $40 to get there and back. Are you right? Like,
yeah, right.
I'm not paying you to do your show. So, yeah. I am going to Seattle.
Yay.
To do some comedy next month.
Awesome.
I don't know.
That should be exciting.
How long is Seattle? How long is that trip?
Do you know Soup Man?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done some shows.
Yeah.
We've done some shows with Soup Man.
Yeah. So he's in Seattle and he hit me up, I think in May, and he's like, hey, my headliner bailed out. Can you fill in this weekend? And I'm like, you buying my ticket? He's like, yeah. I'll pitch in, for your ticket. I went online. Tickets in May were $830 round trip to Seattle. I'm like, dude, I don't even think I'm worth that. Like, you gotta be. He's like, oh, fuck that. You're not coming out. So then he called me back and he goes, I found $138 round trip ticket in August. And I'm like, sign me up, buddy. So yeah, I'm gonna go out and hang out with him and do some shows. And
fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Suitman's super awesome.
Suitman's super awesome.
Yeah, we did a Suitman show in Hayward recently with Erie Diamond and yeah. And Cynthia was on it.
Yeah, Cynthia Fox. Cynthia
Fox.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of a rowdy crowd, but those are fun. They can be fun as long as they pay attention.
Always a rowdy crowd.
He had a DJ and everything. It was crazy.
Who put that on?
Suitman. It was Suitman Productions.
Oh, it was Suitman's one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think I wasn't in town that week.
Yeah, maybe.
Where I was somewhere. I don't know. Vegas. I think I was in Vegas.
Oh, makes sense.
Nice.
Makes sense. Yeah. It was a really fun show though. It was really fun.
It was.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll get that.
And what do you guys got going on? You tell me.
Not a lot, really. We're just trying to do some podcasting and talk to some awesome people and stuff. And we're still doing the online comedy open mics and things like that. And we're having fun with that. And then we're just trying to kind of go out here and there when we can. We haven't really been going out, but we try to when we can.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing your podcast?
Not that long, only a couple of months. We have about I think you're gonna be episode 12, something like that. And there's 5 episodes up right now.
I'm curious, how much equipment did you have to buy to do the podcast?
So we have a laptop.
Okay.
I purchased a microphone, but not for podcasting, just because I needed a microphone for Zooming and things like that.
Sure.
And I mean, really, that's it. I use a program called Audacity to edit the audio.
Okay.
And then we pay for the $15 a month on the Zoom. And that's pretty much it. And we use Red Circle to upload the podcast, and you can have a free podcast on there per account. So yeah, not a lot really.
I always thought a fun podcast, if I ever did a podcast, my podcast would be called Jacqui Sucks at Everything. And it'd just be me trying stuff trying to golf. I don't know. I'd probably kill somebody, or trying to podcast,
That would be a show.
I see that more like a YouTube show.
Yeah.
I just think that would be fun, and I could go out and do all kinds of stupid stuff and try it out,
That would be great.
Yeah,
and it wouldn't matter because it's called Jacqui Sucks at Everything. So
and then as far as equipment goes, if you are doing if you want people to come to you and have people in person, you gotta buy a little bit of equipment. There are microphones and headphones and mixers and things like that. So if you're gonna do an in-person thing with multiple people, there's a little bit more equipment involved.
Have you done in-person stuff?
Not for us. I've done it for other people who do it. But
Okay.
We don't do that yet. We're not quite expanded to that yet.
Yeah, I just learned how to change my
Eventually, yes, we will
background
though.
screen on Zoom. I'm nowhere near that technologically.
It's okay. Hey, you have Kermit the Frog and Yoda.
Oh, look at it.
I love
They're sharing a blunt and a
They're sharing
pizza.
a blunt.
That's the best.
They're sharing a blunt and a pizza.
That's
out.
real friendship, man.
That
And
is
then
real
you
friendship.
can't really see it, but in the back there's Anakin. He's skywalking through the trees. R2D2 is in it. It's insane. It's so nerdy. So
It
dumb.
is.
I love
It's very
it.
nerdy, and it's very audio. So it's
I
only
walked
audio.
into God, it was probably 7 or 8 years ago. And I went to visit my friend in Denver and I walked in. She was working and her husband and I went to come pick her up from work. And he's like, we're an hour early. Let's go into this art place. And I saw it in there and I'm like,
Oh,
frame it and give it to me now. I don't even care what it is. Are you kidding me? And this is before Mandalorian. So there wasn't even a baby Yoda or anything, you know?
Oh, wow.
I was like,
So you had that as a
and
painting?
Kermit sharing a blunt and a pizza with R2D2 and Luke in the background, skydiving, but I was just like, fucking box it up. Let's go.
Wow. That's up in your house?
Mhm.
That's
I
incredible.
love it.
That's incredible. I can't wait to see that
Yeah,
in
me
person.
too.
Yes, when you come here, you can stand in the living room, have a piece of pizza, smoke a blunt, and look at it.
And stare at the picture.
Right? That sounds like the best life. Right
It does sound like the best life.
And I will take a picture of Sam like pizza and blunt looking at Yoda and Kermit going, whoa.
Like,
that's
imagine if they
cute.
were to fight right now.
They wouldn't fight.
Who would win? They're both
They're
green.
smoking a blunt. They wouldn't fight.
That's true. They're both too,
No,
both
there's
too
no
tired.
fight.
They
Pizza and
wouldn't
weed.
fight.
Come on. I can fight
They're
with
getting
them.
along. They're getting along too well in that picture.
That's what we should send all the Russian troops in Ukraine. Just send them pizza and weed. Fuck it, it'll be over. I'll be sitting around.
Hey, so you've been in Sacramento for a while doing comedy now. Do you have anything crazy? Is anything crazy happened
Yeah.
at any of
What
these
is your
mics or
favorite?
shows?
What? I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand what you're asking.
Like, do you have any crazy stories of things you've witnessed in the comedy scene?
Like, no, I really don't.
No,
Oh,
everybody's pretty
wow.
mellow. That's good.
No, I really don't. Nothing like, Will Smith smacking Chris or anything like that. That was
That's good.
nuts.
Yeah, that really was.
That was crazy. That was right up there with them announcing La La Land as the Oscar winner, and it wasn't.
Oh, dang.
And then somebody, was it Chappelle? Somebody got rushed. A comic got rushed on stage after that, not too long later. Like,
I think it was Chappelle.
like a week or two
No,
later.
I've never had anything crazy like that. I'm an old woman. I'll be 58 in April. Okay.
Oh,
That's
wow.
fucking,
Hell
I'm almost
yeah.
60 years old, you guys.
That's amazing.
But when I travel, because you do a lot of traveling with I always pick some really good people to travel with. It's either a whole gaggle of gals or some dudes that I know I can sleep in the bed next to in the hotel and not,
Worried.
and I know
That's
they have my
great.
back. So, no, nobody's ever tried to do anything like that to me. Nothing weird. I don't even, I've been heckled like one time, and that was because I did Jimmy Menez's heckle show, Hecklemania.
Oh,
Well, in that case, you should have been heckled a lot more than one time.
Yeah, well,
You've been
the
heckled the whole
entire
time.
time I was up on stage, I got heckled.
Okay. Was that a Tommy T's?
It was at I don't even remember where it was.
Okay.
It was some like bar show in the middle of God knows where, a city I've never been to and probably never will again.
Probably the game room or something.
Yeah. I went on
That's a really good
tour
one.
in February with Tommy Lucero. Do you know him?
No, I mean I know him on Facebook, but we don't know him personally. No.
Zach Zimmerman.
Yes, we're good friends with Zach.
I love Zach.
Yeah.
And Jacob Blazer, and
Yeah.
the four of us went out. We spent 5 days doing, I think it was 7 shows from the boys flew up here because they're in San Diego, and of course Jacob drove here, and then we did like Sally Tomatoes and Savage Henry and like right below Oregon and Wind River Casino, and oh my God, see those are the people I love traveling with them. It is so amazing. It was just wonderful.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I hope to do stuff like that too soon.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then you did you traveled to Boise too with Danny D and Soup Man. I remember that.
God, that was before COVID, I think.
It was during COVID, I think.
Yeah, probably. I got so sick of staying home. I'm like, fuck it. You know, Tom Baum, who does the psychedelic show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So he's one of my dearest friends. Like, just, I know his mom. I've been to his grandma's house. Like, and his gal Ashley is just one of my besties.
Oh, didn't they either like have a baby recently? Is that what happened?
Oh, Danny D and I were there. We went to Vegas to throw her a baby shower, and it was supposed to be like it was 3 weeks or so before she was due. So we drove there and had this whole huge baby shower. The next morning, I'm laying on the couch, crashed out. Danny's on the air mattress on the floor, crashed out. And Ashley comes running in. She's like, I think my water broke. I think, what do I do? What do I do? And I'm just looking at her and I'm like, bitch, you go to the hospital. You're having a baby.
Oh my God.
Your time to think about this was 9 months ago. Like, too late. Baby coming. She's like, no. And Tom is standing in the doorway, and he's like, I haven't set the crib up. And I'm like, too late. You should have put your dick away. You're having a baby. That's what's happening.
Jacqui, you have such a great way with words.
So I drove him to the hospital. 12 hours later, they had a baby.
Oh, 12
and Danny D and I
hours.
were both there, and we're just like, can you fucking believe this? It's crazy.
Oh my gosh, they were so lucky that you were in town.
You know, because Tom's mom was supposed to come out like in 3 weeks
Tom
when the baby was supposed to happen, but
is her name Tom
I was
Mom?
the only, me and Danny were the only moms there. We're like, all
Yeah.
right, here's what we do. I dropped him off at the hospital, and because it was still kind of COVID, she was born December 12th last year. So it was still kind of, they wouldn't let me go in. So I went back to the house, woke Danny up. We scrubbed the place. I mean, just sanitized baby proof shit, washed the sheets, got the crib set up, the whole thing, so they'd be ready. Yeah.
You guys rock.
Yeah,
man.
you guys do rock.
Oh my gosh. That's
really good.
dope-ass
That was
shit.
really good timing for them that you guys.
It's
were in
like
town.
you were able to gift the same gift that you were given going into California.
Do you
and
know
having a
that?
baby.
Yes. And that's,
Wow.
isn't that the secret to life? Like giving back.
Yeah.
Do you know that his mom called me like a week after I got back home, and she said, you were such a blessing. I am so glad you were there. And I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Tom is a fucking force to be reckoned with. So I met him when I first started doing comedy. Like I sucked at comedy, like sucked hard, sucked. Like, what's a joke? I don't know. For real. Like, yeah, it was terrible. And I went to a show one night. He picked me up to go to the show. And it was in Winters, California. It was at this little bar thing. And it happened to be one of those nights in Sacramento where I think it was on a Saturday. And the folks who just weren't booked showed up for it. Like it was Mike Betancourt was there, Drew Schaefer, Aurora Singh, Chelsea Bierce, me and Tom.
Wow.
I'm in love. I think DJ Sanju was there. He was still living in Sacramento.
What a lineup.
Oh my, but they weren't on it. They were just
hanging
out. It was like a rinky dink little comedy thing. And they all just went, hey, there's beer there. We got nothing. Let's go. And it was this huge hangout. Dejan Tyler was there.
Oh,
it was
we
amazing.
love him.
Yeah,
I love him. He's one of my favorite travel buddies because we just go find these like through the back alley down to the basement. Somebody's got a kitchen there. We'll buy tacos from you.
Yeah. It was fun getting to know him at Savage Henry.
Yeah,
he's such a beautiful human. So I went with Tom and I was on the lineup, and I literally had probably been doing comedy for 3 months. maybe 5. And I had no business being on a show, just zero business in hindsight. So right before I went up, somebody said, I was talking to somebody and I was telling them how I got divorced and moved. And they're like, oh my God, you should talk about that on stage. No jokes written for that. Zero jokes. I just thought, oh, that's a seasoned comic telling me that's how I do comedy. I should do that. So I got up on stage. I had to do 7 minutes. I got up on stage. I started talking about getting divorced. And then I started crying on stage, bawling, and walked off after like 2.5 minutes. Just
oh my God.
Did you hear the people I named that were there? Chelsea Pierce, DJ. I was just like, and I just walked off and I'm like, fuck it. I'm done. I'm not funny, which is something my ex always used to tell me. You're not funny.
No.
Like, why do you talk at these corporate dinners? You're not funny. You should shut up.
Oh.
Liar.
I thought I was going to die. Right. Serious. And you know, what's really funny is I've talked to some of those people about that night, which is hugely traumatic for me. And that was 5 years ago. And they go, I don't even remember that. None of them remember it. None of them. Not a single one of. And I'm like, oh my God. So I got in the car. I got in Tom's car and I'm like, I just want to go home. And he's like, what? And I go, fuck it. I want to go. So he took me home. And the next day he calls me and he goes, hey, bitch, let's go miking. And I go, I am never doing comedy again. Like never. I was so traumatized. Never, ever doing comedy again. And he's like, what? I go, no, I'm not. Hung up the phone. He calls me the next day. This guy, Tom Baum, called me for 5 fucking days in a row, saying, let's go do a mic. You got to get back out. You fall off the horse, whatever. And I thought I fucked up my entire, like, I was ready to sit in the bedroom and cry for another 6 months.
Oh.
I never went out with him. Wouldn't go. He calls my daughter.
Dang.
And says, go in your mom's bedroom and tell that bitch to get dressed. Tell her to get ready and you want to go out to dinner. And Sophie's like, I got plans tonight. I'm not. He's like, you don't got to take her out to dinner. Just get the bitch up and dress.
We're tricking her into doing comedy.
Yeah. So she comes in and I'll never forget this. She's like, Mom, let's go out to dinner. I can say no to Tom and comedy all day. I'll never say no to my kid wanting to have dinner with me. She was 17, 18 at the time. And I go, oh, okay. And I come like shuffling out in sweatpants and no broad Crocs. And she's like, no, Mom, I'm not going out with you like that. Put some clothes on, like take a shower. Like, what is wrong with you? Thank God, or I would have been. So I got dressed, put some clothes on. And I'm sitting there and she's at the table, like with this thing.
Oh, dang.
And I'm like, are we going out to dinner? Or are you just going to sit here and smoke fucking weed all night? She's like, yeah, in a minute. And I'm like, what's going on? I was so confused. I hear someone knocking at my door and I'm like, do you have people coming over? Because nobody knows where I live. I don't tell people. I'm a single woman. I don't tell people where I live.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, yeah. And she opens the door and it's Tom. And he's like, get in the car, bitch. We're doing 5 mics in the Bay tonight and you can't say no.
Oh, dang.
That's the kind of friend Tom Baum is. I went and did 5 mics. Killed them all because I'd already given up. I'd already quit comedy. I didn't give a fuck. Smashed every last one of them. And I just looked at him. He dropped me off back at home. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep going.
Aww.
So yeah, the least I could do is be there when his baby was born. He was there when my comedy baby was born.
Wow, that is incredible, Jacqui.
That's Tom Baum in a nutshell.
I love that.
And I know a lot of people think he's a little hard to deal with. He's crazy. He's my heart. I love that man.
I've done a couple of Zooms with him, but I've never met Tom Baum in person. someday.
Oh, well, I guess
Someday.
after you,
All right.
What happened? What'd you say?
after you come through Sacramento, we'll just get in the car and drive to Vegas.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. You know Susan Maleta, right?
I love her. Yeah,
my
we
gosh,
did
so
a
do
career show
we.
together.
We'll go visit her too over there.
Yeah, we had a party at her house last time I was there.
Oh,
A hot tub in the
nice.
backyard.
She keeps telling us what you're telling
Y'all
us. Come
brought
stay
food.
with me. Come stay with me.
She's got a great house. It's beautiful.
That's incredible.
I like it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh no, I'm like wow.
She's like, I'm not
didn't
going to ask
realize-
another question. They're 4 hours.
No, I
Ask
mean,
you a fucking
Yeah,
question.
we'll be here for 3 more days.
I'm blown away with like how much like of your journey you shared with us, including like enlightening us on what you're writing. And I'm oh man, I'm looking forward to reading that book. I mean, the one about you parenting, of course, but also the book you were talking about of your mother-in-law. That's like
I'm looking
sounds
forward to
amazing.
getting it out. It's really hard because sometimes I'll sit down and, like I said, I have 19 hours on 3 CDs of her recorded. You know,
That's really cool. You should back
And-
those CDs up to like copy them or something just in case.
Mhm.
oh, I have. I think I
Yeah.
have 7 copies in here. Each of my kids have
good.
one. I sent
Oh,
one to my
good.
parents because they love her.
That's
too.
incredible that you're able to sit down with her and get this recorded because
Yeah.
without
Well, when I
without
was
you-
working for the anatomic pathology lab, I did sales and marketing and handled the HR stuff. And so in Hawaii, basically our clients were anybody doing cancer testing. So if you had a biopsy, like say you had a weird thing on your arm and had a cut off, they would send it to us. And we had some government contracts too. So I do a lot of traveling. And when my youngest was born, I was still nursing, but she was watching her, 3 days a week. But when I had to travel, I'd be gone for a week at a time. My boss, bless him too, would pay for her to come with me. So she could watch the baby
Wow.
in the
Oh,
hotel while I
yeah.
went and worked all day. And then I'd come home at night. My youngest daughter would be in bed by, 7:30, 8 o'clock. And we'd just kind of be sitting there. And the next time I went, I brought a tape recorder and I'm just like, tell me stories, Oma. Just tell me stories. And she started talking. And so we did that for,
That should be
Yeah.
the title of your book. Tell me stories.
tell me stories, Oma.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, without that, her stories could have been lost, over time and things like that. So you're kind of immortalizing her.
Yeah. What a
Yeah.
gift.
That's
It's
awesome.
now I have to do it. God
You have to
damn
do it, Jacqui.
Speak it out
We're gonna follow
loud.
up with you. We're gonna follow up with you in 3 days.
And
You,
it's a lot because I want to do it as a historical fiction. So I've been doing a lot of research on World War I, World War II,
Yeah.
so you can
Germany.
get a feel for the
And then I
time.
get lost in the whole, Google Wikipedia thing. And
Oh my. Yeah.
10 days later, I'm like, I haven't written a thing, but boy, do I know a lot about Poland in 1942.
Yeah, you do got your research, so you're not like 1947. His pager went off.
Stop it.
He texted me boobs.
Hey, so before we get out of here, do you want to plug some social media? What's your social media?
So my Facebook is at Jacqui Pirl, but it's spelled JACQUI,
Woo.
and Pearl is PIRL. And Instagram is at Pearl, PIRL, Jacqui.
Hell yeah.
Because I used to have at Jacqui Pirl and then I forgot the password and I couldn't do it. So I just started a new one,
Well, that's kind of how people do Instagram. Either you forget the password or it gets hacked, one or the other.
Right? So yeah. And I have a YouTube channel that has some clips on it. I've got to get better at that.
Us
But
too.
that's Jacqui Pirl, also JACQUIPIRL.
Oh yeah. And we are at Hypothetical Comedy. I am at Funky Sam Medina.
I'm at She Shines for You.
And
Oh,
thank
I
you.
don't have that. I didn't know that.
Oh,
Yeah. She'll go find you. She'll go add you.
Go find me,
oh,
and
good.
maybe I don't know. That doesn't sound familiar in my brain, but then nothing sounds familiar in my brain, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like I just hijacked this whole damn conversation with telling long, involved stories, and I apologize for that. But I'm so comfortable with you guys, and I love you guys so much that here's my heart. I'll pour it out. You know,
Oh,
We're
we
here for
appreciate
it.
and it's kind of here for you too, Hijack. You know, you're the featured guest. We want to spotlight you and
Yeah.
talk about your stories and to spotlight what you're doing in life. So yeah, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. It's so much fun.
thank you for
Yeah.
having. I had a blast today. I feel like I just went out to happy hour with a bunch of friends.
I love it.